The Sound and the Fury by William Faulkner. The Sound and the Fury is a groundbreaking Southern Gothic novel that chronicles the decline of the Compson family, a once aristocratic Southern family struggling with personal and societal decay. The story is divided into 4 distinct sections, each narrated from a different perspective, including the mentally disabled Benji Compson, his troubled brother Quentin, the cynical brother Jason, and a third-person narrative focusing on their servant, Dilsey. Through its complex structure and innovative narrative techniques, the novel explores themes of time, memory, and the fragmentation of identity. Let's deep dive into the book. Benji's perspective. The novel opens with the perspective of Benji Compson, a 33-year-old man with severe intellectual disabilities. Benji's narrative is fragmented and non-linear, reflecting his perception of time as a series of disjointed moments. His memories revolve around his sister Caddy, whose presence represents comfort and stability. Through Benji's eyes, the reader witnesses the disintegration of the Compson family and the changes in their southern estate. Quentin's struggle. The second section is narrated by Quentin Compson, Benji's older brother, who is a student at Harvard. Quentin is obsessed with the idea of Southern honor and the purity of his sister, Caddy. His narrative, marked by a stream of consciousness style, reveals his intense inner turmoil and obsession with time. Quentin's inability to cope with Caddy's loss of innocence and his own existential crises culminate in his suicide. Jason's bitterness. Jason Compson, the third brother, narrates the third section. Unlike his brothers, Jason is pragmatic, bitter, and deeply cynical. His narrative is filled with resentment towards his family, particularly Caddy and her daughter, Miss Quentin, who now lives with them. Jason's greed and cruelty further contribute to the family's downfall, as he exploits his position as the head of the household for his own gain. Dilsey's resilience. The final section is told from a third-person perspective, focusing on Dilsey, the Compson family's loyal black servant. Dilsey's perspective provides a sense of continuity and moral strength amidst the chaos of the Compson family's disintegration. Her faith and resilience stand in stark contrast to the self-destructive tendencies of the Compsons. Dilsey represents endurance and the passage of time, offering a glimmer of hope and stability. Caddy's influence. Though Caddy does not have her own narrative section, her presence looms large throughout the novel. Each brother's story revolves around their relationship with her, highlighting her role as the emotional center of the family. Caddy's actions and the consequences of her choices significantly impact each character, underscoring the themes of loss and longing. Themes of time and memory. The novel's fragmented structure reflects Faulkner's exploration of time and memory. Each narrator's perspective is shaped by their personal experiences and traumas, creating a complex, non-linear narrative. Faulkner's use of stream of consciousness and shifting timelines emphasizes the subjective nature of time and the ways in which memories influence identity and perception. The decline of the South. The Sound and the Fury also examines the decline of the Southern aristocracy. The Compson family's fall from grace mirrors the broader societal changes in the post-Civil War South. The novel critiques the rigid social structures and values that contribute to the family's demise, highlighting the consequences of clinging to outdated ideals and traditions. Psychological complexity. Faulkner delves deeply into the psychological states of his characters, particularly through the use of stream of consciousness. Quentin's obsessive thoughts, Benji's sensory impressions, and Jason's venomous internal monologue reveal the inner workings of their minds. This psychological complexity adds depth to the narrative, offering insights into each character's motivations and struggles. Narrative innovation. The novel is renowned for its innovative narrative techniques, including its use of multiple perspectives and non-linear storytelling. Faulkner's experimental approach challenges readers to piece together the fragmented narrative, reflecting the characters' fractured lives and memories. This innovation has cemented The Sound and the Fury as a seminal work in modernist literature. Enduring legacy. The Sound and the Fury remains a powerful exploration of family, identity, and the passage of time. Faulkner's masterful storytelling and rich, complex characters continue to captivate readers and scholars. The novel's enduring legacy lies in its ability to evoke deep emotional responses and provoke thought about the human condition and the inexorable march of time. Let's meet together the main characters of the book. Benji Compson is the youngest Compson sibling who is mentally disabled and perceives the world in a fragmented, sensory-driven manner. His narrative reflects his innocence and dependence on his sister, Caddy. Benji's character serves as a poignant symbol of the family's loss and the disintegration of their once proud lineage. Quentin Compson is the eldest son, whose narrative is marked by his obsession with time, honor, and his sister's purity. He struggles with the weight of family expectations and Southern ideals, ultimately leading to his mental breakdown and suicide. Quentin's character embodies the conflict between personal desires and societal pressures. Jason Compson, the third sibling, is characterized by his bitterness, cynicism, and greed. Unlike his brothers, Jason is practical, but lacks empathy and moral integrity. His narrative reveals his exploitative nature and deep-seated resentment towards his family, especially Caddy and Miss Quentin, whom he sees as threats to his authority and control. Caddy Compson is the emotional center of the novel, although she does not have her own narrative section. Her presence is felt through the perspectives of her brothers, who are all deeply affected by her actions. Caddy's choices and her perceived fall from grace drive much of the novel's conflict, highlighting themes of love, loss, and familial bonds. Dilsey Gibson is the Compson family's loyal black servant, whose perspective provides a sense of continuity and moral grounding. Her strength, faith, and resilience contrast with the Compsons' decline, highlighting the themes of endurance and the passage of time. Dilsey's character represents stability and the enduring human spirit amidst chaos and decay. Let's explore together the main themes and concepts of the book. Fragmentation of time. A central theme of The Sound and the Fury is the fragmentation of time. Faulkner's use of multiple perspectives and nonlinear narrative mirrors the characters' fractured perceptions of time and reality. Each character's disjointed memories and experiences reflect the subjective nature of time, highlighting how the past continuously influences the present. The decline of the Southern aristocracy. The novel explores the decline of the Southern aristocracy through the disintegration of the Compson family. The Compsons' fall from grace symbolizes the broader societal changes and loss of traditional values in the post-Civil War South. Faulkner critiques the rigid social structures and the inability to adapt to new realities, leading to inevitable decay. Family and identity. Family and identity are deeply intertwined in the novel. Each character's sense of self is shaped by their relationships within the Compson family, particularly their connection to Caddy. The novel examines how familial bonds and expectations influence personal identity and the struggle to reconcile individual desires with collective family roles. The burden of history. The burden of history weighs heavily on the characters, particularly Quentin. His obsession with Southern honor and the past illustrates the destructive nature of clinging to historical ideals. The novel underscores how the inability to move beyond the past leads to psychological torment and stunted growth, both personally and societally. Race and class. Race and class dynamics play a significant role in the novel, particularly through the character of Dilsey. As the Compson family's servant, Dilsey's resilience and moral strength contrast sharply with the Compsons' decline. The novel highlights the racial and class divisions of the South, critiquing the injustices and hierarchies that persist within the social order. Let's talk about the author. William Faulkner was an American writer and Nobel Prize laureate, born on September 25, 1897, in New Albany, Mississippi. He is renowned for his complex narrative structures and innovative use of stream of consciousness technique. Faulkner's works often explore themes of the Southern Gothic, focusing on the human condition and the socio-cultural landscape of the American South. His major works include The Sound and the Fury, As I Lay Dying, and Light in August. Faulkner's profound influence on modernist literature endures, and his portrayal of the South remains a critical examination of American identity and history. He passed away on July 6, 1962. Sincere thanks for watching. If you found this summary helpful, consider taking a moment to hit the subscribe button, like or share the video. If you have any feedbacks or book requests, make sure to leave a comment. Regardless, I wish you a great day.